Hey there, this is Ray with Ray's Guide, and today I'm going to talk about being prepared for the potential of being boarded by pirates. With the latest changes, a lot of these pirate groups have been talking tough about how they are changing their approach to piracy, and honestly, people not engaged in piracy should also be changing their approach to piracy because, yeah, it is changing. Now, one thing that definitely won't change is that none of the non-combat career paths has the profits enough to pay a combat pilot enough to make it worth their while to just hang around just in case pirates show up. Now, what really is going to change is this. Back when I first started doing trading, because that was really the only thing that there was to really do, the only two possibilities were you sold your whole cargo or something went bad. Maybe 30,000 things for far too often just got nothing. All or nothing. Then the MoTrader app became available and pirates often adopted a pay or else extortion model. So there then became three possibilities. All, nothing, and occasionally all but a cut. But now we have individual crate manipulation, so each one of the 696 crates I recover from my Hercules and the pirates don't represents an intermediate point between the worst possible result of nothing and the best possible result of everything. But it is more than that. Once pirates disable my ship, something new has been added to the best possible result, recovering the value of the hull of my ship. It's like more chips have been added to the table for somebody to win. But there's also the possibility that even the hulls of the pirates could wind up on the table. You might also consider their bounties as being extra chips on the table. So there's a lot of chips on the table. Now, how many you will get and how many the pirates will get, and maybe somebody will get by others. Because all those extra chips on the table represents value to entice the combat pilots who you couldn't pay enough to have around all the time. But for the meantime, you're going to be alone, home alone. And so the idea is to be like this kiddo.
Yes!
And make them pirates feel more like these guys. And that might seem formidable against a bunch of pirates, but even though disabling you may be quick for them, simply disabling you hasn't earned them a single credit of profit. Actually, getting any chips from that table is going to be much slower and much more dangerous for them, because they're going to have to become a lot more vulnerable. They're going to have to park their big ship in one specific location, and they're going to have to take pilots out of their seats or turrets to go out and EVA and get those crates. Now, I thought a bit about making this a bunch of specific suggestions about defending the Hercules, but not only would that be of limited applicability, but also that the whole idea to have the boarders not know what is heading their way. Always keep the element of surprise. So I'm going to be speaking in generalities. And the first piece of advice is to know your 911. Who you're going to call for help, what they are likely going to bring, and how soon will they get there. That's going to be the main things determining your tactics from then on. One of the best things you can do day to day to prepare for pirates is to build your 911. Is it your organization, your friends, or just other folks who happen to be on the server? But you can't determine when you will encounter pirates or how far away your cavalry are from the rescue. So always keep in mind the possibility that this time you might have to be your own cavalry, be your own 911. If so, take a quick trip to the hospital and then onboard a serious warship with plenty of pilot-controlled weapons. So if you're going to rely on being your own 911, then the preparation consists of never being too far away from your hospital point and always have your ship gassed, equipped, and ready to go there. Because if you have to wait out even an expedited claim timer, plus the time equipping yourself and an extended trip back, they will have already pulled much of the value and may have already made off with it. So let's instead say that you have help coming the way from others, and that your job now is to delay and distract those boarders for the help to arrive. Keep those chips in play and have them put more resources into you that will make them less ready when the cavalry arrives. So what do you need to do? Well, first, be equipped. Have what you need to defend your ship, be on your ship, and be ready to be a quick change artist. Second, know your ship, the entrances and exits, and where are the choke points. So, for example, on the Hercules, there is not only going to be this long corridor to the cockpit, but the upper and lower decks are only accessed through one lift and one stair, right next to each other. If they travel up the ladder, they will expose their head or their legs before they could shoot. If they take the lift, you will hear and see them coming long before the doors open. So this represents a position where it will be possible to essentially hold it until you run out of bullets. So have a lot of bullets. But more than that, know how your ship will be when it's disabled. In fact, it may hurt to do it, but go ahead and have somebody shoot your ship to a disabled state just to experience what it is like when it is disabled. Remember, those boarders are the ones that are supposed to be surprised by the situation, not you, because so much will be different. Gravity will be gone, lighting will change, smoke will distort and limit views, doors might open but not close. For example, I was surprised that the lift would still work off the battery all the way to the outside of the ship. The ramps in the front and the back of the cargo deck would still open, but did not open automatically. In addition, new routes are available.
This pattern indicates two-dimensional thinking.
So, for example, we are no doubt used to thinking that there are two routes around the cargo, the left and to the right. But with zero gravity, there is a third route. You can float over the cargo, perhaps getting a surprise shot from above or from behind. And then there are the possibilities of using tractor beams and cargo boxes defensively to shape the environment, create roadblocks, make covering locations, build hiding alcoves, and all such things. And there is the ability to set up using boxes themselves during the attack, both as bashing weapons and as a form of portable shield. But the big thing to remember is this, that these new ways can't just be a big change in piracy without it also being a big change to counter-piracy, which it is. And the most fundamental part of it is that what used to be the main event, locating and defeating an overmatched cargo, miner, salvager, or whatever, is now just the prologue to a much longer story. Don't focus on the battle, prevail in the war.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the bus. This is Ray with Ray's Guide. Now for an update on our giveaways. First, we have the 10, now 11,000 subscriber thank you for the LTI Hull C, the colossal cargo container carrying craft to be given away when the sea goes flyable. And then there is the annual Big Ship giveaway for the winner's choice of the Galaxy Complete, the massive modular mining moving medical machine, or the Benu Big Box Bargain Bazaar, aka the Merchantman. One entry per video for both of these drawings. Just be a member and get entered automatically, or subscribe and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video is what Ray said was on the table. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Danny Raymond for Ray's Guide.